So one of the things that I think is a little bit scary, but then there's also sometimes I guess it depends on your reaction or what is true for you, really promising, is when things like this happen, when we find ourselves just kind of thrown into uncertainty and hysteria, just like everything that is going on. One of the things about it is that it will instantly reveal where it is we have been placing our trust and our security. And again, it can be a daunting thing because we can suddenly realize, given how we are responding and reacting and the choices that we're making, if our trust and our security have been placed in things of the world versus God. Because, like I said, it's going to show itself. It's going to reveal itself pretty much immediately based off of how we, start taking things in, the choices we start making. If we want to, if our, fight or flight instinct kicks in and we're like, I'm out of here. Like, we're just ready to flee. And it's like, I got to escape this versus, just sitting down and kind of taking it all in, bringing it to God and realizing I'm going to be okay. No matter what happens, I'm going to be okay because God is, again, who he says he is. And I can rest in that. Because the truth is, faith and trust in God can never simultaneously exist with fear. So either we're fearing or we're in a place of faith. So either our faith is in God and our trust is in God, or we're just like set on fire by fear. And so we kind of have to look at that and see, what is true for me? What is mastering me right now? Is it fear? Is fear mastering all of my choices and my thoughts and my decisions and how I'm, living this out? Or is it faith? Is it faith and trust in God? And I'm able to, again, just kind of be steady under pressure. So this morning I was actually reading in Psalms and read this psalm and I thought, oh my gosh, this is such a fitting psalm given just kind of, I guess the headspace where so many of us can be during all of this. Because what this psalm is, it's the psalmist, who wrote this is in a place of great distress. And so it starts out, with him talking about him being so distressed and him actually doubting that God is even there or that God is who he says he is. And it's this place of him just being uncertain and again, just kind of questioning, is this it for me? Is this, this is going to consume me and take over me? And so he expresses that, he allows himself to kind of voice that and put that out there. Then he comes back to remembering the truth about who God is. And so then he makes these declarations about, okay, no, this is what I was thinking. I was doubting for a second, but I know what's true and right about God. And I know that God is faithful because I can look back and see historically how true and faithful God is and that he is sovereign, that he is in control, and that I don't have to fear this at all. So that's what I want to read. I just want to read us this psalm, this chunk of this to see okay, no matter how you have been responding, if you've been reacting out of a place of fear, okay, acknowledge that. Acknowledge that, see that for what it is, and then come back. It's not that you fail. It's not anything like that. It is just your thoughts haven't been focused on the right thing or the right person. Come back to God. Remember who God is. Come back to the, historically speaking, what God has done for his people, for all of time, the whole time that we have existed. And then remember, God is in control over everything. I don't have to fear. I don't have to let fear control me because God controls all of this. So this is what it is. It's Psalm 77. It says, I cried out to God for help. I cried out to God to hear me. When I was in distress, I sought the Lord at night, stretching out untiring hands, and my soul refused to be comforted. I remembered you, O God, and I groaned. I mused, and my spirit grew faint. You kept my eyes from closing. I was too troubled to speak. I thought about the former days, the years of long ago. I remembered my songs in the night. My heart mused and my spirit inquired, will the Lord reject forever? Will he never show his favor again? Has his unfailing love vanished forever? Has his promise failed for all time? Has God forgotten to be merciful? Has he in anger withheld his compassion? Then I thought, to this I will appeal, the years of my right hand of the Most High. I will remember the deeds of the Lord. Yes, I will remember your miracles of long ago. I will meditate on all your works and consider all your mighty deeds. Your ways, O God, are holy. What God is so great as our God? You are the God who performs miracles. You display your power among the peoples. With your mighty arm, you redeemed your people, the descendants of Jacob and Joseph. And so again, I just thought, oh my gosh, that is so good. It is so, so good because again, we get caught up in focusing on the circumstances and what is wrong. And then we start to question God and start to, ask those very same things like, will the Lord reject forever? Will he never show his favor again? Has his unfailing love, vanished forever? Has his promises failed for all of time? Where's God's mercy in all of this? Is he angry? Where's his compassion? Like we just start to question all, God and his goodness and his faithfulness, and we question his character. But if we just stop there and just dwell on that, we're forgetting to come back to, okay, what the psalmist does. I'm going to remember. Like I'm going to look back and see how active God has been in my life, all the things that he has done, right? Because that's going to remind me of his faithfulness and that I can trust him and that I can depend on him and that I can rely on him even now in the present, in the midst of distress, in the midst of uncertainty, in the midst of calamity, like all that's going on. So that's, again, just kind of where I was at this morning and just thought, so fitting. It is so fitting for this. So if we get off track, if we allow our minds to drift and to start focusing on the situation and the circumstances and what's taking place and the lockdowns and all that's going on and the news and if we're, again, on social media and if we're just allowing ourselves to be like swayed by everybody's opinion that they are putting out there and what they're saying, that this is going to be the outcome of that. We really will start to doubt God. And we're going to think like my circumstance, this situation is, again, hopeless. And so when we fall into that place of hopeless despair, it's really hard to kind of get back out of that. It's really hard to remember, no. This is not what is true for me. This is not what is true for about God and his relationship with his people. So I hope that you are able to come back to this psalm, and again, it's Psalm 77, and just read that and see, is this kind of my thought pattern? And if it is, start dwelling on all the things that he recounts about the truth of who God is and how much God is in control of everything, and God knows all that is going on. Nothing is unseen in this. God's eye is over all of it, and it's over all of us. So that's all I got for today. So we'll be back, and we hope you guys are having a good day. And remember, get in God's word. It's like, this is it, you guys. This is the best place you can be living, especially in this time of quarantine and this time of isolation. You have time. So make this a big chunk of your time to be here, meditate on his word, allow this to, again, be what directs you and guides you, and allow this to be where you go for wisdom and knowledge and understanding. All right, have a good day. We'll see you later.